Hi student, I hope you are doing just fine. Today our grammar lesson is about subject-verb agreement. So take a pen and paper with you and let's get started. Our objectives are for you to review what subject and verb are, for you to define what a subject-verb agreement is, and to learn 9 principles or rules in subject-verb agreement, and to make sure that subject and verb agree with each other. So to begin with, what is a subject? A subject is a person or thing that is being discussed or described or dealt with in a sentence. For example, here we have, he is a smart student. Okay, so he is a smart student. The subject here is the word he, because he is the one or is a person that is being discussed or described or dealt with in this sentence. So please keep that in mind. He is the subject and the subject is a person or thing that is being discussed in a sentence. Now let's proceed with defining what verb is. Verb is a word used to describe an action, state of being, or occurrence, and forming the main part of the predicate of a sentence, such as hear, become, or happen. So these are the examples, or this is what verb looks like, or this is the definition of the verb. For example, we have the sentence here, he is a smart student. So earlier we discussed, or we defined, we identified where the subject is. Now we are going to identify where the verb is. So in this sentence, is actually the verb. Is a linking verb, but yeah, in this sentence, he is a smart student, is the verb. That's a state of being, or that's a verb that links to the other words in the sentence. Okay, so that's what verb is. And next is, what is a subject-verb agreement? Okay, so subject-verb agreement, these are subjects and verbs that are agreeing with one another in number. For example, singular or plural. Thus, if a subject is singular, its verb must also be singular. And if a subject is plural, its verb must also be plural. That's why it's called subject and verb agreement. They have to agree with one another in number, whether it is singular or plural. For example, here we have the sentence, he is a smart student. Okay, so he is a singular subject, therefore the verb should be in a singular form, which is. All right, so he is. Next, in present tenses, nouns and verbs form plurals in opposite ways. So nouns, you add an s to the singular form to make it plural, but in verb, or for verbs, you have to remove an s from the singular form to make it plural. For example, sentence here we have, the dog chases the cat. So notice that the subject is without s and the verb is with s for a singular form. And the dogs chase the cat. For the plural form, the dogs have s, or the dog has s, and chase doesn't have s. So that's the idea. So most people, or actually most students or learners for English grammar, they are sometimes confused with making the verb plural or singular, because they have studied that if you want to make a word in a plural form, you have to add s, but that only generally that only refers to the noun, but with the verb it is the opposite. If you want to make it plural, you have to remove s. Okay, all right, so here are 9 rules in subject-verb agreement. Number 1 is, a phrase or clause between subject and verb does not change in the number of the subject. For example, we have here, a can of Lima beans sits on the shelf. Okay, so We have here prepositional phrase. So the verb sits agrees with the subject can, not with beans. Yeah, we might think, oh, beans is actually plural, so it should be sit, not sits. But in this sentence, the subject is not the beans. The subject is can, like a can. That is why the verb should be in the singular form as well, because can is only one. So sits is singular in form as well. Another example here, the women who went to the meeting were bored. So dependent clause would be who went to the meeting, and the verb where agrees with the subject women, not with the meeting. Again, you might think that the meeting is singular, but that's not the subject in this sentence. The subject is women. So the verb must agree in the subject, which is plural. So it should be where. But why where? Why not are? Because this could be in the past. That's why they use where instead of are. Okay, so that's the first rule. A phrase or clause between subject and verb does not change the number of the subject. If it is singular, it's singular. Plural, it's plural. And you have to figure out or find where the subject is in the sentence. That's the safest way. Let's proceed with the second rule. Second rule is indefinite pronouns as subjects. Singular indefinite pronoun subjects take singular verbs. What are those singular indefinite pronouns? In this presentation, we have each, either or either, neither or neither, one, no one, nobody, nothing, anyone, everybody or anybody, anything, someone, somebody, something, everyone, everybody, or everything. So here in the example sentence, we use each. So each should take singular verb. So each does. Does is a singular form. A good deal of work around the office. Okay, so it should take singular verb. This indefinite pronouns or singular indefinite pronouns. Now we have plural indefinite pronoun, and they should take plural verbs. What are those plural indefinite pronouns? We have several, few, both, and many. This should be many. Now, both do a good deal of work around the office. So both is actually a plural indefinite pronoun, so it should take plural verbs also. So do. Do is the plural form of the word does. Okay, next one is some indefinite pronouns may be either singular or plural. With uncountable, use or use singular. With countable, you use plural. Okay, so either singular or plural for the some indefinite pronouns such as some, any, none, all, or most. So here you won't just find the indefinite pronoun, but also the uncountable or countable noun. For example, here, some of the sugar is on the floor. So some is singular, okay, but of the sugar, I think that is this one is uncountable. Sugar is uncountable, therefore the sentence has a singular verb. So some of the sugar is on the floor. The next sentence is some of the marbles are on the floor. Why did you use are this time? Because marbles is countable. All right, so marbles are countable. Therefore, the sentence has a plural verb. Marbles are countable again. So that's why you have the verb in the plural form. Okay, so next we have the third sentence, or not sentence, the third rule is compound subjects joined by and are always plural. Okay, so a pencil and an eraser make writing easier. So we have pencil and eraser. So you have two subjects. they are called compound subjects. That's why you used make or the verb in plural form as well. Make, not makes. Again, remember, make is in plural form. Makes is in singular form. So in this case, you have compound subjects, you have two subjects. That's why you will use the plural form for the verb. That is, number 3, the third rule. The fourth rule is with compound subjects joined by or nor, the verb agrees with the subject nearer to it. For example, neither the director nor the actors are following the lines closely. So, okay, so the subject is director and actors, but it is joined by nor. So the rule says which one is nearer or closest to it. So in this sentence, in the above example, the plural verb are agrees with the near subject actors. Okay? So the next one, neither the actors nor the director is following the lines closely. So in this example, the singular verb is agrees with the near subject director. So always, if you used the word or nor, you have to find the closest subject or the subject near or near that is near the verb. So always find the closest to it. Okay, that's number 4. That's pretty easy. Number 5, we have inverted subjects must agree with the verb. Okay, examples here we have waiter, there is a fly in my soup. Okay, so the subject here is not waiter, but you are actually talking here about the fly in the soup. You're not talking about the waiter in the soup. You're talking about the fly in the soup. So remember, subject is the one that is being discussed. So the subject here is fly. And when you say fly, it's the singular form. So the subject or the verb should be is. Another example, there are 4 flies in my soup. So this time, flies is in plural form. So you have to put are. You cannot say there is 4 flies in my soup. That would be totally wrong because you should let the subject and verb agree with each other. Next example sentence is how are the relatives taking the bad news? Okay, so relatives is in plural, so are should be the verb should be in plural as well. You cannot say how is the relatives. If you want to use is, this should be relative. How is the relative taking the bad news? Okay, so that's how it is for inverted subjects. Inverted subjects means the subject is a little bit not really in the beginning, but it's like in the middle or almost not also at the end, but in the beginning. Okay, next is collective nouns. All right, collective nouns. I hope you were able to remember the subject about collective nouns. But collective nouns, they are group, jury. These are examples of collective nouns: group, jury, crowd, team, etc. So it may be singular or plural, but it depends on the meaning. For example, here, the jury has awarded custody to the grandmother. Okay, so in this example, the jury is acting as one unit. So therefore, the verb is singular. Okay, so but the next sample, take a look at it. The jury members have been arguing for 5 days. So in this example, the jury members are acting as 12 individuals because you use the word members. Therefore, the verb is plural. Okay? Next, 7th rule is titles of single entities or entities, books, organizations, countries, or etc. are always singular. So in this sentence, the grapes of wrath takes a long time to read. This is a title of the book. So if there is a title of a song or the name of an organization or name of a country, it's always singular in form. Okay? Next, number 8, plural form subjects. Yeah, plural form subjects with a singular meaning take a singular verb. So months, it will take only a what? A singular verb, because yes, we know that months has S, but it is singular in meaning. So mumps is a contagious disease. Another example, news, measles, and physics. These are plural form subjects, but singular in meaning. Yeah. And like politics, economics. In this example, politics is a single topic. So therefore, this sentence has a singular verb. Next one, for the plural form subjects, we have the politics of the situation were complicated. So in this example, politics refers to the many aspects of the situation. Therefore, the sentence has a plural verb. So it's not just talking about the politics, but it's actually talking about many situations or many aspects of the situation. That's why it's the verb is in plural form. Next one is plural form subjects with a plural meaning take a plural verb. The scissors are on the table. Scissors plural and are plural. The pair of scissors is on the table. Okay, so note in this example, the subject of the sentence is pair. Okay, therefore the verb must agree with it, because scissors is the object of the preposition. Scissors does not affect actually what? The number of the verb. Okay, so we have pair. That's why it's singular as well. Okay, not just about Caesar, but it's a pair of Caesar. There's only one pair. Okay, but if you use scissors itself, it should be plural, because the scissors are plural, so you have to use plural verb as well. Okay, so number 9. Let's proceed with number 9 rule. Okay, with subject and subjective complement of different number, the verb always agrees with the subject. Okay, my favorite topic is poems by Longfellow. So the subject here is topic. So poems by Longfellow are my favorite topic. So here the subject is poems. It's the subjective complement. They are in different position. So always find the subject again and again. So find the subject. Okay, so yeah, that's about the 9 rules in subject-verb agreement, and I think there are some more, but I am sure that these are the basic ones, or these are some rules that can help you out with fixing, or when you're creating sentences, and also when you're writing some essays. These will help you. This will help you with regards subject-verb agreement. Okay, so it's testing time. You can comment your answer below. Just answer. You don't have to type the sentences. Just type your answer 1 to 10, and then yeah, I will be notified if you made a comment. Okay, so I think that's it. That's the exercise wherein you will know if you have really learned about the topic today. Okay, so that's about it. Thank you so much.